Become ruthlessly optimistic for the future. The future is bright, and we're going to make sure of that. We're not going to live in fear. We're not going to sit in front of the TV for several hours a day consuming all this negative content and start biting our nails and, oh God, what are we going to do? We are going to ensure that we make tough decisions today, that we work our asses off, that we stay up late, that we wake up early, so that our future is prosperous. So many people today live in fear, man. They're worried about the future because they're constantly surrounded by negativity. Everyone's so fucking negative these days. And you've got to make sure that the people around you are not negative, because it will affect you. It's contagious in the same way that positive energy is contagious. And I'm not talking about fake positive, by the way. I'm not saying that, you sit there and just believe whatever. No. You're going to take the right measures, however, to ensure that your future is a strong one. And if you're around people that give you some constructive criticism along the way, that's good. But they're optimistic. They're like, you know what? No, you can do this. However, maybe change this. Or actually, why don't you do people like that? Not people that are like, no, I know several people that tried this business and it doesn't work, and be careful. And the be careful kind of people. They tiptoe through life only to arrive safely at death. What kind of a life is that? And there's another saying, most people die at 25 and are only buried at 75. What does that mean? It means that they gave up at 25. Instead of going out there and going on an adventure to see what could happen if they gave it their absolute all, to try and live that dream life that they had in mind when they were young boys, when they were young teenagers. Such wild imaginations. They wanted to go out there and build this and build that and live here and drive that. And then it gets to a point where they're like, you know what? My mum told me it's too risky. I guess I just better not try. No. I've made several videos about this, fellas, where I tell you to improve your relationship with risk. Life is risky. Jim Rohn used to say, I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to make it out alive. And how true is that, right? We're all guaranteed to die. Life is inherently risky. Don't let that scare you. Let that excite you. No, I'm not saying jump off a bridge with no parachute or safety equipment and just believe that you'll land safely. No, that's not what I'm saying. However, I want you to just give things a shot. Give it a swing at bat. See what could happen. And oftentimes the worst case scenario that we've painted in our minds is a lot worse than the one that we'll experience in reality. Okay, you start a business, you invested $2,000 in it, right? Doesn't work out. You've lost $2,000. But you know what? You've gained some valuable wisdom that you can use going forward. Maybe there was something that you could have improved that you didn't see at the time, that now going forward you can implement in your new business idea. I don't see failure as failure. The only true failure for me is quitting, is throwing in the towel and deciding not to be anybody in life. Just sitting on the sidelines and just bickering and complaining and telling other people, don't do it, it's risky, because that's how some people are these days. The ones that gave up on themselves, they go around telling other people to give up and not try. How many people have you encountered that are like that? Oh no, I wouldn't do that if I was you. No, God no. What are people going to think about you? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you lose some money? And they end up living such mundane existences, these people. You know what? I'll respect myself a lot more if I try something. Doesn't work out. But I can go to bed at night knowing, you know what? We've at least attempted that. Okay, now I know this avenue didn't necessarily yield the right results. Let me explore something else. But I can respect myself. And in the future, God willing, when I have my own kids, I can tell them, you know what? back when I was 25, back when I was 27, back when I was 28. I got involved in this, I got involved in that. I'm more valuable to my kids. I can offer some valuable advice, some wisdom, some stories. And I'll never tell my kids, don't do that. No. Of course, I'll make sure that my kids don't do anything that will seriously hurt themselves. Right? But at the same time, I'm not going to prevent them from falling down and getting a few bruises and a few scratches. No, that's how life should be. You learn. There's only so much you can learn from books. Sometimes you just got to go out there and learn for yourself. Fall on your face. Okay, don't let risk scare you. Let the uncertainty of tomorrow excite you. What if I could be bigger and better than I ever expected? So many successful people that have been interviewed today, when asked, did you ever expect to be this big? A lot of them said, no, heck no. This is just absolutely crazy, this life that I'm living right now. I never expected it. What if that's you? What if you end up living such a remarkable life that you never fathomed? Because you went out there and you took risks and you were willing. You had the audacity to see what would happen. You didn't cower away. Oh God, no, I don't want to do that. What if I get hurt? You didn't wrap yourself in bubble wrap and stay in your room. No, you went out there. Fuck it. I want to find out. Let me see. Worst case scenario, lose a bit of money. I have some nice stories to tell. I become wiser. Fuck it. Let me figure it out. Right? That's how you should approach life, man. Not, okay? And look, there's a quote that I came across today that says, a leader is a dealer in hope. People gravitate to somebody that can paint a picture of a beautiful tomorrow. You know? People are, deep down inside, they're craving a prosperous future. Sometimes they can't put it together, that image, and so somebody puts it together for them, and they lean towards that person. As men, we should be that person for our families. We shouldn't live in fear. We should reassure them, no, the future will be bright. We will make sure of that. I will make sure of that. That's how you should be with your family. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Okay? If you work your fucking ass off, you review what you do every single day, you network with the right people, it's just a matter of time. If the input is good, at some point the output will be good. It may not happen straight away. It may not happen the second time, the third time. But if you're working productively, if you're working hard, if you're being resourceful, it's just a matter of time, man. The future is bright, my brothers. It really is. Make sure of that for yourself, man. There is an abundance of money out there. Don't live in fear that, oh God, no, money's running out. There is so much money out there. There are so many opportunities. The world's changed. We live in the greatest time ever to make money, to start a business, to create content. The greatest time in human history. Focus on the good. Remember, whatever you focus on in life, you attract. You focus on the negative, on what's going wrong. And some people make themselves physically sick by focusing on the negative. Stress is one of the biggest killers. It really is. You'll dig yourself an early grave by choosing to focus on what's not working, on the negative. I'm not saying ignore a problem if it exists. You're behind on some payments. No, tackle that problem. But don't live in fear that the future is going to be so bad. And don't let the past mistakes that you've committed choke you, scare you, intimidate you. No, you've learned from those mistakes, or at least I hope you have. You know what you did wrong. Now move that to the side. Now we're going to focus on how we can create a great life going forward. What do I need to do differently? You can be resourceful, man. If you really want this to happen, this remarkable life that you've painted in here, you've got to be resourceful, bro. Sometimes you've got to book a coaching call with somebody, be like, right, This is what I'm doing right now. This is the area that I'm keen to explore. Where should I start? Sometimes you just need some guidance. Be resourceful. There's so many great coaches out there. I offer coaching calls. You can book it with me. You can book it with somebody else. It's up to you. Sometimes you just need some clarity. Someone to say, hey, focus on this. Let's just tackle this first. Then you could approach this. Okay? Good things are coming, my brother. And I tell you what, when you expect good things to happen, you'll conduct yourself differently every single day. You'll walk different. You'll talk different. And as a result, opportunities will gravitate towards you. Honestly, man, I've experienced this in my own life. When I chose to be optimistic, now you know what? The future's going to be good. Honestly, I started getting the right kind of phone calls, emails. We have successfully, things just started happening. First customer, second customer. When I chose to be optimistic, when I was a negative bastard, I would collect one L after the next. I would speak negative shit out loud. I was my biggest hater. I was getting in the way of me. You need to stop getting in the way of you. Forget other people, man. So many people say, oh, I've got haters. Bullshit. You are your biggest hater. Most people don't actually give a fuck about you. Most people just live in their lives. You've created this whole world in your mind. Oh, everyone's praying on my downfall. There may be some people, but in most cases, you don't even cross people's minds. You are your biggest fucking hater, man. You get in your own way every single day. You self-sabotage every single day. Get out of your way. And when you speak about yourself, speak positively. Speak constructively. Stop hating on you. Remember what I always say, guys. Be careful what comes out of your fucking mouth. The warrior within listens to the words that you utter and is either strengthened by them or weakened by them. Choose your words carefully. Do not speak ill of yourself. So guys, choose to be optimistic. The future is bright. There are so many remarkable opportunities out there. And if you work productively, if you take a lot of action, you're resourceful, you network, it's just a matter of time, my brother. Choose to be optimistic. It's a decision you have to make. Okay, if you've been a negative bastard most of your life up until this point, it's going to be a little bit difficult in the early stages to try and shake off those limiting beliefs. But I just want you to consciously, every single day when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, you know what, today's going to be a good day. And one thing that's helped me, guys, and you know this, journaling. I write down a positive affirmation every single day, 3 things I'm grateful for. And it's just rewired me. It's almost like I've been programmed the wrong way. Once I started practicing gratitude, and once I started to write positive things about myself into a journal, man, it's almost like someone's pressed the reset button on me. I'm now operating a lot more smoothly than I used to. And as a result, I'm attracting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. All right? So choose to be optimistic. And I'm going to remind you of the quote before I end this video. A leader is a dealer in hope. A leader is a dealer in hope. Your woman looks up to you. My man is going to make the right decisions for us because he cares about us. He loves us. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying the process will be so easy. No. It will have its challenges. But you know what? Those that decide to focus on the good only attract the good. All right. With that being said, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give it a like, comment down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more self-improvement content just like this. The future is bright, my brothers. See you in the next video.